friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin and I like to film eyeshadow palette ranking and review videos, as well as the occasional other beauty content sprinkled in. So if you like beauty content, then I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button. That is so hard to say. And yeah, what else? What do I normally say? I totally lost my train of thought. If you're not new here, my face is happy that you're seeing it again. I have an exciting video for today. We are going to be ranking all of my Nomad Cosmetics palettes, and I am not wearing Nomad Cosmetics on my eyes. I know that feels like a cardinal sin as a YouTuber. Like, I should have Nomad on right now if I'm going to rank Nomad, but I wore one of these palettes yesterday and I meant to film this video yesterday, but the day got away from me. So here we are. So anyways, if you're curious about what is on my eyes, it is the Bella Beauty Bar and Brittany Huffman collab palette, and then the Adept Cosmetics, one of the liners, it is the Sector 1 liner, and that's basically the eye look. I have a TikTok that is live on like the Cloud Skin makeup, and that's what's on my face. So moving right along into our video topic for the day. If you like eyeshadow palettes, if you like ranking videos, if you like Nomad, please hit that thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. All of that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, I did pull a palette from the declutter grave for this because I realized that I have 9 melt palettes and I need this to be an open number for the purpose of doing my eventual bracket. If you are new here, what I like to do, and I have done this with both Milk Cosmetics and Natasha Denona, you can search a new type of ranking on my channel and you'll see the videos I did for both of them. But what I do is I rank all of the palettes for a brand, and then I do a look with each palette, and then we do like a bracket style challenge of the looks I do with each palette to see what happens. So that's what we're doing with Nomad. We're gonna rank them first, and then in like probably a couple months, once I've done a look with each of these palettes, we will see what look wins. So anyways, the palette that I've pulled out of the declutter grave is the Orient Express palette, and it's not that I don't like this palette anymore, it's just that it's older. I don't feel like the shadows are as good of a quality as the other shadows, and I don't know if that's because this is old at this point. It's definitely past its expiration date, but I also feel like this is a mainly neutral color story, and I've always kind of struggled with like what to do with this except for just a straight up neutral look. So this is the palette. Yeah, this one is number 10, but I will say the packaging on this is so luxe, and I love the, like, it's squishy and it's like velvety, squishy velvet. So anyways, I think it's amazing, but yeah, that's number 10. Number 9 might come as a shock because this is a lot of people's favorite, but it is not mine. The Whistler Snow Lodge palette. This is another one color story wise. I don't know what to do. And I've had a lot of people, when I've said this, like tag, their videos and say that they've done a lot of looks. And like, I think the looks look amazing on them. But like, for me going into it, I'm like, I don't know how to make like a cohesive or fun look besides like a monochromatic look. Like, I will say, using this mint row by itself, gorgeous. Using this blue row by itself, or these like blues by themselves, also gorgeous. So I don't totally hate the palette. I think the quality is amazing. I just struggle with this color story. So we will see if I can create a really cool look with this palette for this video, or the next video in this series, I should say. The rest of these are just sort of like I kind of just put them where I put them. I like all of these palettes. I even like those other two. I don't hate any of these palettes, so I'm not really sure how to rank these. I did my best. But next up is the America's Parks palette. I do really like this palette. I think this is a fun color story. It's colorful. It's almost like a rainbow palette, but it's like, it's like a muted rainbow, or like I don't know how to explain it. More like an earthy rainbow, if that is that, it's America's Park, so we're basing it off of the different parks, but I do think this is a fun palette. The only reason I put this one lower than the other ones is because I did have some patchiness with this purple that I recall from like using it in the past, but I do really like the palette and the color story, and I was able to kind of work around it. So it's really not even that big of a deal. I like this palette, but I had to sort of rank them where I had to rank them, you know what I'm saying? So that was number 8, if you were curious and lost count like I did. Number 7 is the Cloud Forest palette, or on the palette it says Bosque Nuboso de Monteverde, so it's the Monteverde Cloud Forest palette. And this palette is gorgeous. Seriously, the neons in this palette, they are good. They are good. I just never know what to do because all of the shimmers are like green. You have this like one purpley, but the rest of them are all green. So then I'm like, with the rest of these, I'm like, how am I supposed to use this unless I do an all matte look, which like maybe that's the move. I don't know. I struggle with this one for some reason, but that was number 7, right? 6, 5, 4, 1. Yep. Number 6 is the Paradise Islands palette. Look at this packaging. It's so cute with the turtles and the fish. I love it. I love this color story. I think this is so fun. It doesn't go quite as deep as I like a lot of my palettes to go, but I still think it's really fun, especially in spring and summer. I love this purpley shade here, this like blue indigo shade down here. Yeah, I just really like this palette. I think it's pretty. This shimmer is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, this is a very pretty palette. I think it does have a satin or 2 in here, and I know that's not a lot of people's favorite formula, but I can get behind a satin sometimes. I like having variety in my palette, so even if it's a different texture, I like that. It gives me something different to work with, you know? Top 5. Next up, we have the Nomad Cosmetics Haunted. I don't know why I keep saying Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Haunted Europe palette. It has the, what is that? Lenticular? What is that? What is this called? When it does the like shifting, I don't know if you can even see it. I'm like, let me see if I can make this shift back and forth for you all. Anyways, this is a Haunted Europe palette. This palette is so pretty. I love it. It's definitely got some of the neutral shades to it and then some of the autumny tones, but I don't know, there's something about this color story that I think is just so like grungy, smoky, gorgeous, creepy. I love it. I love, love, love it. And then this green row, I love it. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Number 4 is going to be the Hudson Valley palette. Now, listen, if you are new to my channel, there's something that I should reveal about myself, and it's that I don't like red eyeshadow. So if we ignore this shade, I love this entire palette. And there's nothing wrong with the shade. I just don't like red eyeshadow. It's just not my favorite. And so anyways, I love the 3 shimmers that they chose. I love this side though, this like cool tone side over here. Oh, it speaks to my soul. I think this is such a pretty palette, perfect for fall, but also something that I can definitely get use out of year round. Number 3 is going to be the Iceland Fire and Ice palette. This palette is so good. I love the like duochrome shimmers in here. They are gorgeous. I think this color story is so fun. Yeah, I have absolutely had a blast with this palette every time I have played with it. I just think it is a beautiful palette and I love it. So there we are. Number 2 is the Verona Amore y Morte palette. I know this is their newest palette, but I've only used it twice, but I absolutely adore this palette. I think this palette's color story, the theming, everything about it is incredible and amazing, and I love it so much. And I know it has a red shade, but I feel like this one's more of an orangey red, which I can get a little bit more behind versus like a true red. But I love this one so, so much. I debated making this one number 1, but there's a palette that I like a little bit more. The Fête de Provence palette is my number 1. I just adore this color story. I love the grays. I love the pinky berries, the purples, the yellows. There's nothing in this palette that I don't like. I love that this yellow shimmer ends up being like more green reflective on the eye. I just think this is gorgeous and stunning, and I love everything about it. So those are all 10 palettes that I have from Nomad Cosmetics. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and let me know which palette you want to see me use first. What I typically like to do for the next part of the series where I, do looks with each of them is I will film a look, post it on TikTok, and I will post it on Shorts here as well. I'm going to try and film not in the TikTok app so I can post it without having like the little TikTok mark on it. I think that'll help the shorts get a little bit more views. But anyways, you don't care about any of that. I also post still image photos on Instagram because that's just what I like to do, the videos on TikTok and shorts, and then the pictures on Instagram. I don't know. It's just, that's how my brain works. That's how I like to sort my content. And I try not to like duplicate things too much. So yeah, let me know which of these palettes you would like to see me do a look with first. If you have any requests on a type of look to do with each palette, colors you want to see me use, any of that, let me know in the comments. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Bye!